How is everyone? My name is Suzie Dee and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And today is Thursday, the 14th of November. Getting close to Christmas all the time, isn't it? Some people have their Christmas shopping done by July or something. I've never been that good. Excuse my voice. I'm usually the last minute shopper and I don't like being near the shops at Christmas time. Had to go the other weekend to do some food shopping and some other stuff, and it was crazy. There were people everywhere. So yeah, don't like shopping at Christmas time. So here we are again, and I hope you're all doing well. It's quite warm here again in Queensland. I think we're up in the high 20s today, a bit cooler than it has been. So we're on a new set today, and this is one out of our catalogue. So it's in our mini catalogue. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's in our mini catalogue, this one. The other one I was showing was in the online exclusives. So we've got a little sale going on. It started yesterday and goes through to the 15th. Now, everything good morning, Tanya, how are you doing? What's the weather like where you are? It's hot here. So we have a little season sale going on. So you can get 20% off bundle, which is great. I always try and buy the bundle, so then you've got the stamp and the die together. And every now and again, when I see a real one that really attracts me, I buy the suite. But we have a special on bundles, so we have 20% off. So normally it is 10% off bundles, but you've got an extra 10%, so good deal. And if you're a demonstrator, whether it's a hobby demonstrator or you're doing like I do, trying to make it into a small business now that I've retired from work, you get another 20% off or 25% off. So you're getting bundles for half price just about. So if you're interested in joining, I have a QR code there that is to join my team. So we've got 20% off designer papers, which is fabulous. There's some papers that just stick with you, isn't it? That just like them and you really don't want to cut into them. So you can always buy extra, and at 20% off, that's a really good deal again. Cardstock is 10% off. So I did everything I've used today in the more box below. Now on the inks and cardstock, I put the original price. But you will get, if you order them, you will get 10% off. Oh, that's good. Not too hot. It's hot here. I don't know what it's going to be. I think it's going to be in the high 20s. And you've also got 10% off inks. So inks, when I put them down in the more box, is the original one. So then you take 10% off that. But when you go in and order them, it will automatically take that 10% or 20% off. I've only done it at the original price because if anybody's looking at it after the 15th, they get the correct price. So if you need to stock up on any of the inks or re-inkers or papers, cardstock, just essentials really, now is the time to do it with that sale, and it closes at midnight tomorrow. So don't miss out. I put an order in last week and it came the other day, and then the next day they put the sale on. So I spent my quota for this month, so I won't get any more. So a couple of other things is that I have a card class going. So I have a card buffet, and that will be on the 30th of November. It is $50 to do the card class. You get 8 cards. It's here in Daffodil, so anybody around the Brisbane area, if you're interested. So you get 8 cards for $50. I also do light refreshments and tea and coffee. So there's a QR code there. If you want to click on the QR code, it will take you straight to the sign up page for that. So, and then I've got the starter kit. Your starter kit this month is $235 for $169, and you can put all the new products that we've got that came out on the 5th of November. You can put those into your starter kit, plus lots of other things as well. So we do have a celebration catalogue coming out soon. So those, if you join up, you get to put those things in your kit as well. And I'll explain celebration when it comes a little bit later on. We get to pre-order as demonstrators, so there will be some more things in there that that I will be showing you. So here we go. So let's go down to the mat and we'll see what we're going to play with for the next few days. So here we go. And I've got stuff everywhere. Just to let you know, adorable otters are available if you like animal cards for children, and marbled elegance, and it is elegance. It is absolutely gorgeous. I did some cards on that, so if you want to go back through my videos, you will find the cards that I did on this suite. The paperwork is just absolutely stunning. So here we go. This is what we're going to play with today. So Light the Year bundle. So you get your stamps and you get your dies. Now there is the bundle is $71 and the number is 164092. The dies on their own is $37 and the number is 164091, and the stamps are $42 and the number is 164284. Now, all of that information is in the more box below, so you'll be able to see that. So, I spent last night working out what I was going to do with this card set. So I come up with a little card. So, but if you get stuck like I was last night, you can turn to page 16. No, yeah, 16. And you have some guides of what you can do to make cards. So it gives you an idea of how to start off. And then once you start off, you start putting it to your own way that you want it. So they're very handy. There's also one in our annual catalogue as well, and that's on page 22, and it has 22 sketches of cards that you can make. So, and don't forget, the paper, the inks, cardstock are all out of our annual catalogue. So the DSP, it's all out of there. So we'll get started on what we're doing. So here's the light years. Yep. And this is the card I made last night. So I used Pecan Pie and Pumpkin Pie. So this is what we're going to be doing. So it turned out quite well. I was quite happy with it. The only thing was, when I went to stamp the inside, I did it on a portrait because I'm so used to doing portrait cards that didn't even twig until I'd done it and went to put it in. So I'll have to do another one of there. But it's rather cute, isn't it? Add a bit of bling. So I've got a punch somewhere. I must try and find it so I can punch the holes in the little handles there. So that's what we're going to do today. And as I said, we've got quite a few different things that we need to do. And I've got all my stamps actually laid out to do it. So let's put this over here and we'll do our card base. Now my card base on this is what I do all the time. So it is 5 3/4 by 8. So we'll put a nice crease in it with our bone folder. Always handy. I've just ordered another one. Because when I do card classes, I've got one and then I've got another one that belong to a scoring board. So it is, isn't it? It took me a while to work out what to use, and I came up with that. So I think that's quite nice and complements each other. Now, I used the Stampin' Emboss exposed brick because I thought it was nice behind the lanterns. So it's like the outside of her on the wall type thing. So we'll do that. And this is a 3D embossing folder. So you can see you've got your brickwork and then you've got other marks as well. So I thought it was quite apt for this. Good morning, Elaine. How are you going? Hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to put my pumpkin pie into a folder, and then I'm going to bring down our big cut and emboss machine. Got stuff everywhere. I tried to be organised and all ready. So with a 3D folder, you want number 1 plate. I'm going to do this so you can see it. So we want number 1 plate. So we can put the 2 and the 3s away. And then we use, hi Elizabeth, how are you going? So then we use our plate number 4 and our plate number 1. Put it in your cut and emboss with the hinge facing that way, so it's out. So then we're going to put our number 4 plate on. You can't miss it because it's a black one. No, grey one, sorry. Colourblind as well this morning. So, and don't ever go back. You know, sometimes with the dies, we roll them forward and then come back. Please don't do that with your embossing folder, because it'll end up either breaking it, or it'll end up like that, like a duck's beak. So please don't roll back. So then your embossing folders will last you a lifetime, sort of thing. So I'm going to put this back in here and get it out of the way. So now we've got a card front, and we're going to go landscape this time. Bit of with it being left a little frayed end on it. Okay, so that's our card and our first backing mat. So now I've got a piece of white, and I wasn't joking when I said I've got a lot of stuff, because these are all our different inks we're going to be using. So, and as I said, I've got them all spread out. I'm making use of the second lot of that I got. Second lot of, okay. So I'm going to use the Espresso. So because I made that one up last night, all my stamps have been used and they're all on blocks. So that's what I was going to say, that now I'm using my second lot of blocks that I got the other day. So this is our first big one. So we're going to put him down there. And these stamps are great because they give you the shading and everything with it. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Scrub, and I love this. It is just so good, and it cleans and conditions your stamps. So you just need to give it a couple of stamping mist, a couple of sprays, and you've got two sides. You've got one side for wet and one side for dry. And if you notice, I put a pink dot, and that's my wet side. So I'll give that a clean. And we'll put it away. Because I've got a lot of stuff on here, I've already got two red bows because I cut them out. All right, now we're going to cut our second one. So I thought the early espresso looked more like a steel. Yeah, no, it's hard, Elizabeth. I haven't even started that yet. So there we go. So I'm going to put my stamps away as I do them, only because I have so much on here. So, oh no, that candle. Where's that candle? I nearly forgot our little candle. Just under Suzanne Deeks. Tanya, just my name, Suzanne Deeks. So if you put that in, it'll come up. Are you having trouble with Facebook? So here's our little candle. Isn't it cute? I should probably do another one. You're not getting very far with it, Elizabeth. I wouldn't even know where I was going. Oh, sorry, you wanted to know Elizabeth's. Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, we all follow each other. We support each other. Now, what else do I want next? We've got. I'll put these away too, out of the way. Okay, so now I want to do our little pine cones. We'll dig them in. I use that, and so I use wild wheat and early espresso. So what I did, you got to get them the right way around. So I think it's this way. So the round bit's at the bottom. So I stamped with our wild wheat. Get out of the way before I stick my fingers in it. I always do. And then I'm going to take the early espresso. Now the round bottom is the way it goes, so the biggest part of it. And then you've got to line it up. So see that it puts all the little, I think I've got this the right way around. There we go. Yeah, I know, I didn't read it properly. I just glanced up then and saw it. It wasn't until afterwards I realised she was asking Elizabeth what her channel was. Okay, so we've got that done. So now we can put our early espresso away. Another colour I like to use for things like that is Pebble Power. It's a bit lighter, but the early espresso really shows on the lanterns here. So what else do I want? Those two are for stamping. So I want, and these are two-side stamping. So you stamp one and then you stamp over the top of them. So what did I do? I did them in Pretty Peacock. So I don't know whether you can see that. You've got one smooth one, and then you've got the one with the ridges on. So we're going to stamp that. So I want 4 of these. That's the first part. I was talking to Lorraine last night for probably an hour or so while I was doing the card. That's all. Maybe if I stamp off. There we go. Now, I've got that. I've got my bows cut out because I did 2 extra last night. So, got candles. I think that's about all I've got to do with at this stage with the cutting out. So I'll bring back our cut and boss machine, and we might get a couple of to do together. So we don't want our grey plate. So now we use our plate number 1, and it gives you the guides on the plates. So because we're doing dies, we want number 1, number 2, and number 3 plates. And you sandwich your dies between the number. Now, can you see how that is? But just keep using it. Use it till it falls apart or cracks. And I try to keep this one, which there's not as much on it, but now and again I do the dies the wrong way or something. So I'm going to cut this my little snips, which are great. So I've got one for my ribbon and I've got one for cutting. So you should get a few done on this side, and then that's our greenery. So now I will need the dies for it. So I'll put that over there. I keep my dies in the same. I get a magnetic plate and I put my dies in with the stamps, and I always put the instruction sheet in as well. So makes things a bit easier and you don't lose them. So we've got our big one, our little one, we have our little cones and our candle. I put the candle down here. All right, now because there's so many, I'm actually going to put some tape on them so that they don't move. I knew I had one out. So it's good to use the big one like this when you're doing a few different things. But I do like my mini when I'm just doing something small. So you just got to get that in place. And just be careful when you put your tape on, because sometimes it can rip the paper. Yeah, that's true. And you don't want to rip the paper. the little ones. So, yeah, so do I, Elizabeth. I love my mini, and it's great when you're doing little things. I could have cut these in and made them small, like made it smaller, so I could use the mini emboss machine. Just got a pine cone now, or one of them. Okay, so we've got that all down. So then we'll just roll it through. So you can, when you're doing your dies, you can roll them back. That's not a problem. It won't hurt your dies, and neither will the packing. But with your embossing folders, just do it the once. So just be careful when you take these off that they don't tear your paper. So just take them off gently. Oops, got that stuck. Nearly had it stuck on my forehead then. And we'll put this on our other pine cone as we go. And we'll do our little candle. So cute, this little candle. And we'll do one up here. It's so tiny to get it in place. Then we've got our big one. So just gently take it off. And as I said, I know I've got a hole punch somewhere, but I just don't know where it is at this stage. So I always keep my little bits because I can use them again. So I always stick them on the machine. I'll roll this through again. Might just do that other candle. So tiny, the die. and put that through, and then we've got our greenery to do. Would have been nice if they'd have given us a couple of dyes for the greenery, because then you'd get it done a bit quicker. So I'm just going to take that off. Okay, so we'll do our greenery now. So we've only got one at a time that we can do. So you've got your stem that you can line it up, and then there's a leaf that sticks out on its own. Well, it's getting a bit warm now. Whoops, took the whole thing. I took a bite with that one. So I'm trying to pick the best ones I like. So we only need 4 of them. We've got 2. So if you line it up with that top bit there, you see it there, and your stem at the bottom, you should get it pretty well in line. So this will be our 3rd one. Now, three. I like the stamp off ones better. The other one down the bottom here looks too thick. Like there's no definition to it. Now I've got to remember which die I got or which set I got these from. Because I found those in my little tray last night. So I've now got to remember which one it was. Use the mini all the time. Yeah, I like using the mini, Elaine. It's so easy to use. Oh, that nearly ripped the paper. I've got to catch up with my next door neighbour too. The young girl that used to live there ordered some contact lenses and she didn't change the address. So I've got to go in and let them know that they'll be coming. Now, we'll start off with our lanterns. What I did was I got lemon lolly and a finger dauber. So I just put it in there and then I just did around it like that so it looks like it's got a bit of glow. Good job. They came in I'd ordered more, so they came with my other stuff. Otherwise, all my other ones are used up. I'll need that for the candles too. So that's that. I use the Stampin'. I use these for the candle. Is that the thick side? Yeah. So Stampin' Right markers. So I just went up the candle and made them red. With these Stampin' Right markers, you buy them, there's 10 in a pack, and you can actually draw on your stamps. So you can take it and you can do it on your stamps, and then you huff on it, turn it over and stamp it. So when you've got more than one colour that you want, say you're doing a flower and you've got more than one colour and the stem, so you're using your green, say your pink and something else, you can actually do it with these markers. You can't do it with our stamping blends because they are alcohol based. So if you're drawing on your stamps, you always need your Stampin' Right markers. So that's why they were out. Just wipe that up. Now, can anybody tell me which was the stamp set I used to get these? Write it in the comments if you can remember this. The stamp set, stamp and die set of those. So I'll wipe that up. And I want they all came off. I think that might be too big. Oh no, that should be okay. Does anybody remember the stamp set? No. Now we can bring our mini in. Autumn leaves. Changing leaves. Could have been changing leaves. I used it. I'm trying to think what. One I did previously to this one. So we got our mini. So we have plate number 1, plate number 2. Probably should have stamped it first. Get rid of all those bits. So changing leaves or what have I got here? Lovely trees. No, that's that big tree. It has to be one up here. Is it happy eye hibiscus? Yeah. Was the hibiscus one? Hibiscus, that's what it was. As soon as I looked at it, I knew it. Because it had those pretty little flowers in it too. That's our stamp. And get some glitter. Always got to have glitter. So this was our Pecan Pie glitter paper. Oh, we'll do that. And then it's just a matter of putting it together and doing an insert and some gems, some bling on it. Always have to have bling. There we go. Put those back. I found a die last night. In somewhere really weird, I think it was. And luckily it had a number on the back. That's right, sitting in my big box I have with all my bits and pieces in. So, and then I thought, oh, am I going to find out where this went? And it was actually had a number on the back, so I could locate it, and it was Cheerful Daisies. Here we go. So when you're doing your embossing, just remember that that when you're doing embossing, you're breaking up the fibres on your paper. So you need to put quite a bit of glue on. Now, I don't do straight very well, so it's always good for me to use the Tombow glue, because then I can get it fairly straight, and then I can manoeuvre it just to give me that extra little wiggle room. So, all right, let's start building this card. So, I use these, use the thicker ones on the bottom. So in about the middle of the card, then I'll put these around it, like that. And I glued the first two, but the second two I put up on Stampin' Dimensionals. Oops. So we'll do that. Now don't put the glue all the way up, because I actually want to stick the other leaf underneath it. So I'm just putting the Tombow glue on the ends. And you'll notice too, it takes a little bit of time to adhere with the embossing. So I'm going to put just one Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to take a pick tool, and I'm going to put that there underneath. I found the backs of these I have a really long hallway from the front door to the lounge, and there's about half a dozen of these up and down the lounge, the hall, and that's where Zeus comes in here, and they get on his fur because he's got long fur, fluffy. So I put these on dimensionals too. So we want to put our little candle in here. Now, when they're tiny like this, I've got my silicone mat, and it just makes it easier for me to dab these. And I did have a little sponge here. Why is it that you can never find anything you want? I know I had it here. Again, disappeared. That's not a problem because I've got more. We'll just cut a little piece out. So these are just Woolies sponges, and I just cut a little bit off. They'll last me a lifetime, those. And I've got to get one of those pincher things. Thought I had one, but I've checked my drawer. So what I'm doing is I'll put a bit of Tombow on the silicone mat and then just dab it onto a candle. And then just put a candle in place like that. So the same again, just put a little bit of Tombow, pick up your sponge and dab that on there. And then we can put our second candle. And see, with just dabbing the yellow about, it makes it look like they've got a glow. So, and your silicone mat is your friend. It's when you're gluing, it comes in handy, especially for tiny pieces. So I'm just going to put that in the middle there because I want to use my ends up. So I'm taking that and I'm putting that just over the middle of those two bottom ones. And we'll stick that down. Then the small one. So don't throw your ends away. Use them. They come in very handy. So then I'm going to bring this one down so it sits just under the inside of the other one and sits on our green rake. Then we've got our little pine cones. Yeah, I put a bit of lemon lolly in there with my sponge dauber. It just looks like it's given a glow of the candle. Yes, I'll be putting some wing on it. Always a bit of bling. Cut that off, I don't need all that on there. Oops. So then we're just going to place our pine cones on either side like that. I think I put those on. Yep, I did. So, did these and I put dimensionals on there. So that one's finished. It's always satisfying when you've finished a whole lot of them. And I don't skimp on dimensionals either. Can't take the back off. Duh. Be an idea, wouldn't it? And then it sticks. And you can use Take a Pick tool to also take off your dimensionals off there too. So it can be used, even your gems as well. I have to stay now a little bit there. Show him. We'll put it under there so that it doesn't show. Then we've got our two little bows. So put those on dimensionals. I wonder if my next door neighbour put my bin out for me. I forgot about it. Oh, thank you, Elaine. Yeah, I was quite happy with the way it turned out. You never know till you get it all together that it's going to turn out the right way. So we're going to put, oops, that was a big blob. And that one's covering our top of the candle. Just move it a bit. There we go. And I'll put some on the ribbons as well. You can never have too much wink with Stella. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, you must be putting my bins back because my camera's just told me. So I don't know if you can see that wink. But it gives it a lovely shimmer and shine. So then what we're going to do, we're going to put our little circle on there. Now I did this in Cherry Cobbler, and I'm dangerous with Cherry Cobbler. I'm dangerous with any red. So I'm hoping this circle is big enough. So we've got all these bright. One thing with a circle is even if you could see it, that's good. Even with a circle, you can never get it wrong because it never looks like it's crooked with a circle, which is helpful for us, isn't it? Sometimes getting straight. I'm going to put that up there. Before I do the ribbon, so we've got Cherry Cobbler with the gold and we've got just the red. So which one do you think we should use? I'm going to close this because I've got to cut an insert for the card. Good job, I just got 2 more things of white paper. Just basic white. Because with the inserts and everything, you go out through so much of it. Now, I'm glad you could see it because I couldn't see it myself on here. So I was wondering whether it could or not. Let's just cut an insert. Now my insert is done at 5.5. Oh yes, Mr. I'm here. Here he comes wanting attention. So it's 5.5 by 3 3/4. What? Really? You telling me stories? Hey? Are you going now? So on my insert, where's the one I did wrong? Oh, here. So I did wishing you peace and joy. So I've got to make sure I do it this way this time. I couldn't believe I did that. I'm so used to doing portrait style cards. Didn't even come across to me that I'd done it wrong until I went to put it in the card. So I didn't smash that. I did, we'll just turn it over. Oh, there it goes. I dropped it. Good job, there's 2 sides to paper, isn't it? There we go. Lovely. I'll do that in a minute. And then I've got these 2 little leafy things. They're supposed to be two-step. Get rid of this red. So now I'm shaded spruce. Oops. I'm just going to there we go. Just a bit of on the side that blends it in with put a bit of wink on there. You can never have too much glitter. Oh, see, I knew I couldn't go without doing it. But it wasn't red this time. Usually it's red I'd stick my finger in. So now we are going to put our insert in our card. So once again I'm going to use the Tombow. And at least I stamped it the right way this time. Okay. Now, which ribbon do you think we should use? Just the plain red or the red with the gold? Just to put a little bow underneath. Write in the comments which one you think we should use, or whether we should use a ribbon. Let me know what you think. I'm going to pick some embellishments out and you can tell me which ones you think are nice to use. So any takers on the ribbon? Red and gold, like I used on the other one. Thank you, Tanya. That was my choice too. But it's nice to have your input as well. Now, you know, the way your ribbon comes off the reel, that's the right side. So, this ribbon is very satiny, so it's what? What? You wanting a pat, are you? No? You want a pat? So we only want a little bow. He gets very vocal with Zeus. And then when you don't pay him attention, he comes up and he'll headbutt you. Or he'll just take his teeth and slightly run them. Oh, I've got I didn't use my ribbon scissors. Naughty girl. Now we're going to take a glue dot. Now, I got some bling. So we have one, which is those iridescent foils that Linda loves. We've got iridescent faceted gems, or we've got the drusies. And the drusies come from when a crystal forms, the drusies can be inside forming that forms a little crystal of its own, and it's called a drusie. Now, you have some out. So which, while I'm putting this on, which gems? 1, 2, or 3, please? Anybody got any ideas which are going to look really nice? So I'm going to put a glue dot. I'm going to really press it on there, and then it just comes off. I did have it lower, but it's not going to go. Might change it and put it there. It's too less. 3. Girl after my own heart there. I might just put that there. I've shortened it up a bit. Okay. Number 3 it is. I ordered more of these while they've still got them. They're absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? And you could probably colour these like you can with the plain rhinestones. You can actually colour them to whatever your design is. So now I'm going to take my pick tool again, my handy dandy as everybody calls it, and I'm going to put one there, a big one. And I'm assuming you mean the clear ones, Tanya. and put one there. Although the other ones would go too. And I'm going to put one there. Then I'm going to take my Winkered Stella hopefully it's got some left in it. I've got another one anyway. I don't think. I think this one's nearly empty. And we'll do inside as well. Okay. Yeah, they would. You love bling too. I love bling. So here's the one we've done today. Yes. What? This was the one I did last night for a trial to see what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. So I always end up with 2 cards because I like to try what I'm doing out. So they're pretty much identical there. So I haven't put any bling on here, which I will do. And I've got to do a insert on it too because I did it the wrong way. So I'll just come back up to talk to you. You can see my face and not just the. There we go. So thank you very much for watching my video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Elaine. I do appreciate everyone that comes in and looks at and stays and watches my channel. It helps me with my content and everything. And if you can give me a like or a share or ring that notification bell when I'm going live. So I will be live again tomorrow. I think I've done one every day this week so far. So I will be here tomorrow at 10:30. Now I don't have all those doctor's appointments and physio and all that. So my days are my own for a change. So thank you so much again. I really do appreciate it. And it's fun having people that can talk to each other and talk to me through the chat. It's just great. It's fun. And just love it as much as I love crafting too. So have a great day. And thank you, Lane. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, have a great day and take care. Bye-bye now.